Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to Amhara Media Corporation. This is our daily news live from the studio. I am Gaila Damu. Stay with us. According to Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's visit to Turkey, where the two countries signed water development and defense cooperation agreements, was successful. Brown Work and reports.
In his weekly media briefing yesterday, Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson Dina Mufti said Prime Minister Abiy was given a warm welcome by President Recep Tayyip Erdogan of Turkey. During the visit, the two leaders exchanged views on strengthening bilateral relations between their countries and reiterated the historic relationship that already exists. According to the spokesperson, the leaders have shown determination to further enhance their ties. Prime Minister Abiy and President Erdogan held extensive discussions about issues of common interest and regional issues, and cooperation agreements in the areas of water development and defense were signed by the governments.
In the areas of political diplomacy, there was a successful visit of the Prime Minister to Turkey, where he was given a tumultuous welcome by the President of the Turkish Republic. The two countries have exchanged views on strengthening bilateral relations between them. They reiterated the historic relationship that has been existing, and the interest and the determination on the part of the leadership of both countries to further enhance the relationship. Well, during the visit, both leaders held extensive discussions on issues of common interest, on regional issues, and they also signed cooperations in the areas of water development and defense.
On the other hand, the U.S. Special Envoy for the Horn of Africa, Jeffrey Feltman, met Deputy Prime Minister and Ministry of Foreign Affairs Demeke Mekonnen during his visit in Ethiopia. Demeke briefed the Special Envoy on the current situation of the country, the depth of Ethio-US relationship, and the need to further strengthen it. The spokesperson said Demeke briefed the envoy extensively on the genesis of the conflict in the northern part of Ethiopia and emphasized on the lack of recognition of the effort of the government of Ethiopia by the US and the bases to address the outlawed forces.
The Deputy Prime Minister briefed the Special Envoy on the depth of Ethio-American relationship, on the need for further strengthening this relationship as well. He also extensively briefed the envoy on the genesis of the conflict in the northern part of Ethiopia, on the efforts that have been exerted by various forces so as to preempt the ignition of this conflict.
He told the envoy that the US should have called a spade is a spade, though that was not the case. The Deputy Prime Minister also briefed the envoy on the unilateral humanitarian ceasefire the federal government declared. Dina added. The Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister also explained to the Special Envoy the atrocities committed by the outlaw forces in Amhara and Afar regions.
The Deputy Prime Minister has emphasized on the lack of recognizing efforts of the government of Ethiopia by the United States, and on the biases toward the outlawed forces. He told the envoy that the United States should have called a spade, though that was not the case. He also briefed him on the unilateral ceasefire, humanitarian ceasefire that was taken by the Ethiopian government, which was not reciprocated by the outlawed forces. He briefed him on the atrocities committed by the outlawed forces in the Amhara and Afar region. The Deputy Prime Minister also reiterated the fact that Ethiopia is always ready for peaceful outcome of this conflict.
A Special Envoy Feltman expressed on his part the commitment of the U.S. to the territorial integrity, unity and stability of Ethiopia. According to the spokesperson of the ministry, He also stated that the US is interested in a peaceful resolution of the conflict and the commitment of his country for the relief supplies to the affected regions.
At the end of the talks, Mr. Filtman has expressed the commitment of the United States to the territorial integrity, unity, and the stability of Ethiopia. He also emphasized the fact that the United States is interested in the peaceful resolution of this conflict and his commitment, or the commitment of his country, for the relief supplies to the affected regions.
Economists warned that the terrorist TPLF group and its collaborators could engage in economic sabotage to weaken military and economic activities of the country. And Netanyahu tells us more.
The experts urged the government to tighten the regulatory systems to fight against the economic crimes against the country. Speaking to Ethiopian news agency Civil Service University Development Economics lecturer Tesfaye Chofana said economic sabotage in Ethiopian context is mainly used by opponents of the government, mainly the TPLF terrorist group and its collaborators.
The economic sabotage can be taken by this group to weaken the military power of the Ethiopian government and to weaken the economic activities, including the service sector, the industrial sector, and also the agricultural sector as well.
The lecturer pointed out that external powers such as Egypt, USA and some other developed countries, as well as local business organizations, might also collaborate with the terrorist group. According to him, the economic sabotage is already manifested in Ethiopia in the form of hoarding hard currency, hiring outputs of industrial and agricultural products, attacking digital system of the country, divulging military sectors and economic information to the terrorist group TPLF, cutting development aid and loans to Ethiopia. The government needs to tackle these subversive activities by introducing new approaches such as enhancing strong regulatory system and regulating business companies which have connection with the terrorist groups TPLF and Shene.
In the long run, maybe the government is still doing that, but the only way out is just to enhance, to improve the governance systems and also the security systems, like that, so that you can control such problems.
Tesfaye said that the community, in collaboration with the government, should fight economic saboteurs by exposing the perpetrators. Silverland International Institute of Development Service Executive Director Daraje Dajane pointed out that the major actors in economic sabotage in Ethiopia are politically motivated persons and entities, as it is believed that the one who controls the economy can control the political power. The terrorist TPLF group had been creating economic sabotage against the country since its inception in the 1970s, he noted, adding that the group thought that it could control the political power by mobilizing the economy. Recalling the terrorist TPLF group had started guerrilla warfare by robbing the bank in Aksum, Daraje stated that it further escalated the act by purposely creating economic sabotage in favor of their oligarchy when they had been in power. Its collaborators could still engage in this crime, and the government needs to therefore strictly apply the law to stop such economic sabotage. The economists pointed out that the government needs to particularly pay attention to the import sector, as 90% of this sector is under control of few companies. It is necessary to hold the oligarchy accountable and bring those illegally hoarding foreign currency, money and commodities to court. He noted that economic sabotage is the cause of high inflation, a mechanism that transfers wealth from majority of the people to the minority oligarchy and leads the country to chaos and instability and dissolution of government. The executive director called on the government to give due attention to controlling inflation and stopping saboteurs.
Ethiopia Telecom announced that it plans to earn about 70 billion birr this Ethiopian budget year by offering about 176 new and expanded local and international telecom service packages. Fikradi Zaudu has the details.
Briefing the media yesterday, Ethiopia Telecom CEO Freo Tameru said new technologies and additional features will be implemented to enhance customer experience, quality and accessibility of services to achieve the plan. She added, the company will work intensively to meet its plan by strengthening telecom infrastructures, service quality, flexibility and accessibility. The CEO stated that about 71 new 4G LTE, fourth generation long-term evolution, advanced network infrastructures would be introduced to improve network availability as the data traffic grows and demand from customers for the 4G LTE have been increasing. According to Freo, boosting and ensuring customer satisfaction will be the major focus area of the company in the process of achieving the plan. In this regard, Ethiopia Telecom will launch and expand about 176 easy, simple and affordable telecommunication packages to meet the interest of customers.
ደንበኞቻችን ቁጥር እንግዲህ 64 ሚሊዮን በሚቀጥለው በጀት ዓመት ማጠናቀቂያ 64 ሚሊዮን ይደርሳሉ ብለን አቅደናል ማለት ነው። ይሄም ማለት
at the end of next budget year, number of our customers reach 64 million. That is what we have planned to achieve. This means it is 14% growth compared to the 2013 Ethiopian budget year plan. Number of mobile voice subscribers will grow from 54.3 million to 61 million. It is the greatest portion of our customers. Likewise, our mobile data and internet users number will grow from 24.5 million to 28.5 million. Fixed phone users number is 912,000 now, but we have a plan to grow to 1 million by the 2014 Ethiopian budget year. Number of fixed broadband subscribers is 374,000 and we will work to increase it to 554,000. Doing all these things, we plan to have a telecom density of 61%.
በሀገራችን ያለው የቴሌኮም ዴንሲቲ በአጠቃላይ በበጀት ዓመቱ ሲጠናቀቅ 61 በመቶ ይደርሳል ብለን አቅደናል።
According to her, the company also plans to increase the number of its customers from 56.2 million in the concluded budget year to 64 million.
ገቢን በሚመለከት እንግዲህ በጀት ዓመቱ 2013 ሲጠናቀቅ ከደረስንበት 50
Regarding revenue to be collected, we plan to improve it to 70 billion, which means 24% growth compared to the 2013 Ethiopian budget year. That's what we are planned to collect in 2014 Ethiopian budget year.
ማለት ነው። በአጠቃላይ 70 ቢሊዮን revenue ለማስገኘት አቅደናል።
The CEO said that conflicts in some parts of the country, telecom fraud, inflation and gaps in the foreign currency are the main challenges the company faces.
ብድራችን አጠቃላይ 2.3 ቢሊዮን USD ነው።
We have 2.3 billion US dollar debt, and this number has been mistaken many times for reasons we don't know. From the 2.3 billion, we already paid the 1.56 billion, which means 67%, and 33% left to be paid, which is $881 million. We are disclosing this data because wrong business values were disseminated, and those will affect both the privatization process and the business relations we have with our customers.
የተሳሳተ ግንዛቤ ስለሚሰጥ መታረም
In the budget year, the company will work to prioritize digitalization, offer simplification on its services, empower customers to use Ethiopia Telecom as the first choice, and enhance after-sales services loyalty program in accordance with its 3-year growth plan.
Residents of Galikuma local area of the Ethiopian Afar region said the atrocities committed by the terrorist TPLF is horrific and unforgettable that can be described in words. Fikradi Zaudu has the details.
It is to be recalled that the terrorist group continued its provocative attacks in neighboring Afar and Amhara regions following the withdrawal of the Ethiopian National Defense Forces from Tigray region as part of the government's unilateral humanitarian ceasefire declared to facilitate humanitarian aid and farming activities in Tigray. In a heinous attack the TPLF terrorist group carried out in Afar region by rejecting the ceasefire, it has brutally killed more than 240 civilians, including 170 7 children at a place called Galikuma. Asiya Shetu, mother of 5, is one of the residents of Galikuma. She said the terrorist TPLF group has heartlessly massacred her husband and her other close relatives in the dark while they were asleep. The group has left me with my 5 little kids without a father, Asiya said, adding that there are several others massacred by the group and were not still able to secure their bodies. In addition to destroying the whole town, she stated the terrorist group has also looted a number of properties in the area, including several cattle. The other resident, Mohammed Bilisi, on his part said the group has massacred innocent children too in its attacks in the area. He elaborated, children who have no capability to defend themselves are the major victims of the terrorist group. In its attack carried out using heavy weapons, he has lost his family, including his 4 cousins. A religious father in the area, Sheikh Adam Burhab, said the attack conducted by the group is horrifying that would never be expected from a human being. According to Sheikh Adam, most of the victims of the attack are women and children. Sheikh Adam elaborated, as the number of dead bodies is huge, they are forced to bury 3 or 4 bodies in a single pit. The number of people massacred is expected to rise as they have been still receiving reports of new deaths. There are also people confirmed dead but their bodies have not been found. The residents vowed to stand with the Ethiopian National Defense Force in the fight against this terrorist group.
You're watching Amhara Media Corporation, Amhara TV News, and now let's take a look at the foreign exchange rate in karat rate. That's all we have for now. I am Galila Damu. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.